Hi, everyone. We're going to get started in a few minutes. We're just having a few technical issues, so stay tuned.
All of our city offices could be, sponsored. This means coming to you live from the Foods Etc. City Hall.
I'd love for adding. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Thursday, January 4th City Council meeting. Madam Clerk, can I get a roll?
Councilmember Kramer.
Here.
Councilmember Purdock.
Here.
Councilmember Slotin.
Here.
Vice Mayor Overton.
Here.
Mayor Claffey.
Here. If we could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Vice Mayor Overton, could you lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could you please remain standing? Council Member Purdock, would you mind leading us?
I'd be honored. Thank you, sir. Father in heaven, we come to you with open hands and hearts, and we ask that you would join us in this meeting to lead and guide us with your wisdom, that we may do the good work for the city and those who come and visit. We wish that we would have that spirit to lead and guide us through this day, through this evening, and to bless us with a safe trip home. We thank you in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
All right, thank you all. City Manager Flora, any changes to the agenda?
Yeah, we'd like to pull item 3. Our recreation events coordinator's not able to make it tonight, so we'll move that to the next agenda.
All right, can I have a motion?
I move that we accept the agenda as presented with the deletion of item number 3 of the presentation.
Second that.
I have a motion by Councilmember Slutin, a second by Councilmember Purdock. We'll do a vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, the agenda is approved. Thank you all for coming today. So as you know, this is my first council meeting as mayor. Many years ago, another person stood in my position. He served as mayor and did an admirable job, and he was so good at it that we decided to make him mayor again. Mayor Purdock has had a sensational run here as a city council member. He's led this chamber with grace and dignity. He has led by example, and he's been a wonderful, wonderful mayor for multiple times. He has just finished in 2023 one of the most successful years, I think, for the city of Clearlake. Under his leadership, we all thank you. Mayor Purdock, if you'd come down, we have a little something to give you here.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
For Pete's sake. Councilmember Purdock, this is in recognition for all the great work you did in the last year and over the last many years. I say from the people of Clearlake, from the staff, and of course the City Council, thank you so much for all you've done.
I don't have anything to say. I am speechless. Thank you. Did not expect this. Thank you very much.
Round of applause for Councilmember Purdock.
Very nice. Thank you. Was not expecting that.
All right, we'll move on to presentation number 2, a proclamation declaring January 2024 as Human Trafficking Awareness Month. Whereas human trafficking is a serious crime that affects people of all races, age, and gender, and whereas human trafficking is a borderless crime against individuals that violate the most basic human rights and deprives victims of human dignity and denies freedom to 32 million people around the world, and whereas human trafficking is the fastest growing criminal industry globally, whereas California ranks first among the states in the number of potential reports of human trafficking, and whereas a serious form of human trafficking involves the exploitation of children and youth for commercial sex acts, it is imperative that our young people and their families learn how to recognize risk, resist predators who use coercion and threats to manipulate children and young adults into sex and labor trafficking. And whereas the Lake Family Resource Center is instrumental in leading the way in the County of Lake in addressing human trafficking by providing 24-hour hotline services and continuing support, advocacy, and accompaniment to survivors. And whereas preventing human trafficking in Lake County includes active public and private efforts to help recognize and acknowledge existence, and it is time to start conversations, take appropriate action, and support one another to create a safer environment for all residents. And whereas many organizations such as the District Attorney's Office, the Sheriff's Office, Lakeport Police Department, the Clearlake Police Department, and Lake Family Resource Center are committed to ending human trafficking in Lake County and provide essential crisis intervention and prevention services to all members of our community. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the month of January 2024 is designated as Human Trafficking Awareness Month in the city of Clearlake, and our community is urged to support the efforts of the agencies assisting victims of human trafficking and urges all local governments, schools, businesses, and community members to be aware and report any suspicious activity to local police departments and help shine a light on trafficking. Dated this day, the 4th of January, 2024. And we'll have some representatives from Lake Family Resources.
You ready for me to speak?
Yes, please do.
Okay. I'm Kara Roberts, and I'm the program coordinator of our anti-human trafficking program at Lake Family Resource Center. I just wanted to go over a few things with you guys here today, and thank you for acknowledging this day with us. You can look for some coffee sleeves that we've designed, and we're going to be distributing to Catfish over here in Clear Lake. That is going to help spread awareness in the area. I wanted to talk a little bit about what we do, because we're a nonprofit agency, so we rely heavily on our grant funding to operate. And this grant in particular, there were only 19 in the entire United States, so we've received one. So we're very excited about that. We're in our 4th year of funding, and so far, in the 4 years, we've helped 68 different community members here with trafficking services, and we have offered 4,000 services to those 68 people. So today, thank you.
Thank you very much.
So today we brought some items. We're gonna, you can start here. We're gonna give you awareness pins that you can wear, and then also a magnet if you want to put it on your car, your refrigerator, but just help us spread awareness. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for everything.
And I brought extra magnets for the Clear Lake PD if they'd like to put them on their patrol cars.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank
you.
for all you've done for
Thanks,
all these
Lisa.
years.
Thank you.
Mayor, can I speak briefly?
Yes, please.
Hello, Chief Hobbs, Clearlake Police Department. I just want to thank all the employees from the Lake Family Resource Center that came out tonight, and all the employees that weren't able to make it tonight for all the work that they do to help prevent human trafficking in our community, and especially all the work they do once, unfortunately, sometimes these events happen, all the work they put in afterwards to ensure the victims get everything they need. We truly appreciate the work that you do, so thank you.
Should I bring you over the magnets for your photos? I want them to participate with us.
I like it also because it's Lower Lake High School colors, so, you know, we represent.
One in picture. Sorry, Brandon.
Sorry, I'm still learning.
It's a photo op, Mr. Mayor. Us people with old cards, we're still good.
All right, we'll move on to item G, the consent agenda. All items listed. Oh, sorry. Item F, public comment. Thank you, Vice Mayor. Took me a second because you were so far. Public comment. This is the time for any member of the public to address the City Council on any matter not on the agenda that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the city. The Brown Act, with limited exceptions, does not allow for the council or staff to discuss issues brought forth under public comment. So is there anyone here in the chamber who wishes to speak? Come forward. If there's multiple, feel free to come one at a time.
Lower Lake colors also.
Yes, I was wondering about the recycling for our bottles and our stuff since it's January 1st. Everything's gone up. I just bought a carton of orange juice and it charged me a dime for the deposit. But how do I get that back? 'Cause there's no place to recycle anything anymore. And all fruit juice bottles, everything is going to be charged. And how do we get rid of it?
City
Can
Manager.
you state your name for the record?
Pardon?
Can you state your name for the record?
My name is John, last name is Umina, U-M-I-N-A.
City Manager, is there any?
Yeah, I mean, I
progress?
can give a little bit of an update. So we understand this has been ongoing for a while. The recycling center in Clearlake shut down a while back. The only place that's operating in Lake County currently is Robinson Rancheria. We have been working for quite some time with Cal Recycle and some other partners to reestablish a center here in Clearlake. Cal Recycle has not approved a permit for that yet, but we're hopeful it will happen in the next few months. Unfortunately, there's no place in the city to redeem them.
Yeah, because I looked at your thing, you got, in the market, it says recycling market, for, but there's no place for, we're not gonna drive 100 or 50 miles or to get rid of it. That's, I guess, that's the choice I have, right?
Yeah, at the moment, sir. Thank you so much for your comment.
We're gonna fix that in this community?
That's what he was just telling you.
He was, yeah.
That's what I wanna know.
Okay, again, we have submitted we've submitted applications in coordination with the county and our waste provider to open locations. We've been waiting since, I believe, July for the state agency Cal Recycle to approve the permit, so.
Thank you.
You.
All right, anyone else with public comment? When you come up, please state your name.
Good evening, everybody. It's been a while since I've come up here. But first of all, I want to thank two people for making this happen with us.
Might want to speak, state your name and speak in the microphone,
I'm
Rita.
short. Okay, thank you. Okay, anyway, I want to thank,
Oh, if you could
Hobbs.
please state your name, please.
Rita Loffer.
Thank you.
okay, hi, you guys. Anyway, I want to tell you, I want to thank Hobbs and I want to thank Lieutenant Peterson, because they made it possible and we opened up a store to help the animals of Clearlake. And it's a success, a real success. And we're going to go forward, and I know that I've made a lot of enemies because of this, but it really doesn't matter because they're not the kind of people that are interested in helping the animals. Because anybody that cares about animals, they work together. You know, I'm 83 years old, I'll be 83, and I've been doing this before I was 20 years old with animals. And I see here there's so many things that are wrong with these people that, you know, they're going to start a group to find these people wrong in what they're doing. We have to get all together and work together to achieve things that are wonderful for the animals. And I just think, you know, with this store, we're going to be able to do so many wonderful things, I'm telling you, because we're going to have events. And can I mention what we're going to do? Well, I got talking with Joyce, and she'll tell you, we threw an event at her building, and it was a success, wasn't it? Okay, and we're very good at raising money, and we're going to raise a lot of money, and we're going to help the seniors, and we're going to help the animals. And like I said, I want to thank you guys, and there's a lot of things that are going to be coming up that are not going to be so good, but we have to do this because, I'm going to bring this up, you guys. You know, I gave $87,000 to a young lady that was supposed to fix all the animals in Clear Lake with this money because I gave up, I retired and I gave up my 501c, and the money has to go to another nonprofit. And I was told by two people that are very, very important in my life. One works at Animal Control in Lakeport, and they said, don't give it to either one of them. And I said, well, this one seems very nice. I didn't use my head, okay, because I just thought it was a nice person. And she didn't do anything here. She left, and everything is being done in Lakeport. Not, you know, 87,000. You know how many animals could have been fixed up here? So we're gonna go to the grand jury. We're gonna get to the bottom of all this because we need to know where that money went.
Wonderful.
And I
Thank
want to
you.
thank you for listening to me, and you guys have a good day.
Thank you for
Thank
all
you
you're
so
doing.
much.
My name is Elaine Summit. I've been working with Rita for a long time, and we're just happy to be back. We're back to do our civic duty because we are animal lovers, and we're happy to work with Mark Scott, and we're happy to work with Vice Mayor Overton, and we're back.
And we're staying.
Hi, my name is Jim Hackett, and I volunteer with Joyce. I also volunteer with Rita. I did retire once, twice with Rita. I don't know if the third one is ever going to come around, but I'm very, very excited on what plans that I'm hearing. And yeah, I just hope that when we need council help and things like that, that you guys will be there to help us. Okay, thank you.
My name is Kathy Plowman, and we have joined with Joyce, and we're going to make this a success. And we had a really good meeting with her, and everything's going to work out. Peterson is a great guy. Love him to death. And Mark is fantastic. He's working with us. He's given us donations. But we are going to get to the bottom of this $87,000 because I asked for help for several times with animals, and this person would not come through. And a friend of mine ended up with 40 dogs because of this person, and it's not right. So we are going to get to the bottom of this. But I want to say that we're back, and we're going to go forward, and we're going to get animals fixed.
Thank you.
I'm Charlene Witham, and they pretty much said everything I was going to say. So it's like, I just hope that you guys will help support us when we start this process that we're going to be starting, because it's not right. But thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other comments in the chamber? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, any comments on Zoom?
There are no hands raised on the Zoom, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I will close public comment and move on to item G, the consent agenda. All items under the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and will be approved with one motion. Do I have a motion?
I'll move that we approve the consent agenda.
I have a motion by Councilmember.
Do we open to the public?
I apologize. I'm new, I apologize.
You'll get it.
Are there any public comments on the consent agenda? Seeing none in the chamber, Madam Clerk, are there any comments on Zoom?
There are no hands raised on the Zoom, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Then I will take a motion. I have a motion from Councilmember Slutin, a second by Vice Mayor Overton. We'll do a voice vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, the ayes have it. All right, moving on to item H, consideration of appointing council members as representatives to Cal City's Redwood Empire. Is this, Madam Clerk?
One second. My computer isn't cooperating, sorry. That's the problem sometimes with technology, right? Okay. For this item, the council is being asked to adopt a resolution which would ratify Mayor Claffey's appointment to the Cal City's Redwood Empire Division Committee. And so each member city of the Redwood Empire Division appoints a voting representative and alternate for the division meetings and the legislative committee meetings. So making this appointment, however, does not preclude any other council member or staff from attending any meeting of the division. So if more than one person from the city does attend, those attending are permitted to caucus to provide input to the voting delegate prior to the vote. And as information, generally there are 4 quarterly meetings annually, and one of those is held during the league's annual conference, which this year will be held in October. That is all I have, and what we would do is ask that the council adopts the resolution and adding in the resolution the names of the appointees in the motion.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Right now, my appointees would remain Councilwoman or Vice Mayor Overton, who was our member, and then I was serving as the alternate, although I'm open to discussion if anyone else wants that position. Any questions? Seeing none, I'll open it up to public comment in the chamber. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, any comment on Zoom?
There are no hands raised on the Zoom, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I'll bring it back to council.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 2024-01 and read by title only, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Clearlake appointing representatives to represent and vote on behalf of the city at the Cal City's Redwood Empire Division business meetings and represent the city and vote at division legislative committee meetings.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Kramer, a second by Councilmember Purdock. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do we need to designate in the resolution?
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah, I assumed that the resolution was referencing the appointees that the mayor had made, but that wasn't clear. We could clarify,
Okay,
but.
I can clarify that. Well, you read the resolution, the appointees' names being Vice Mayor Overton as a primary committee member and Mayor Claffey as the committee alternate. Both the division meeting alternate would also be, I guess, Mayor Claffey. Legislative committee primary, Vice Mayor Overton, the legislative committee alternate, Mayor Claffey.
I second that amended motion.
Thank you. We have an amended motion by Councilmember Kramer, a second by Councilmember Purdock. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Vote passes unanimously. On to item 6, mayor's appointments for 2024. After reviewing, there's no major changes. All seats are going to remain as is, with the exception of, well, not the exception, but I did want to note the Burdens Valley Sports Complex was not on this list. That committee was manned by Councilmember Kramer and Councilmember Slutin. I'd like for you both to continue in that role based on our conversation last meeting. And then City Manager Flora, you had something you wanted to bring to the council?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor, council members. So I'd like to recommend that the council consider making appointments for 2 additional committees. So the first is related to the Elam Indian Colony. As you know, at the end of the year, we approved an agreement related to one of their projects, and as part of that agreement, it envisions, well, it kind of envisions 2 committees, so I think you could have separate membership, or it could just be the same serving as both. So there's a community benefit fund that they would establish, and they've asked for 2 representatives of the city to participate in decision-making with them on that. And then the other is just more of a committee to work through and discuss any issues that may arise between the city and the tribe. And it was intended to meet on a quarterly basis, be open to the public, and just kind of, maintain a relationship and work through any issues that come up. So, at this point, they haven't asked us to set up a meeting. We haven't worked through all the logistics of that, but it seems like an appropriate time to go ahead and consider mayor's appointment to that committee.
Thank you, City Manager. And for that role, I know there's a potential of having it being 2. I'd like to just focus on 2 appointments right now. So my intent is to have myself and Councilmember Purdock be the appointees to that for 2024. And then...
Okay, yeah, then the second thing is, as the council's aware, there's just, a lot of water-related issues that have been going on in the city for some time. We've been putting some more effort into those issues as of late, and I think there really needs to be a lot of energy in 2024 related to this. And so my request of the council would be to appoint an ad hoc of 2 council members to kind of help work with staff on water-related issues and then bring updates back to the council as appropriate.
Wonderful. Thank you, City Manager. I think this is a very important issue and something we should put together. The 2 folks I'd like to appoint to that would be Councilmember Slutin and Councilmember Kramer. I see you. And then one final change that I wanted to bring up for the Traffic Safety Committee. We have Councilmember Overton, who's the member there, Councilmember Purdock, who is the alternate, since that's an internal committee. And I think given the importance of that moving forward here with all the incredible road work we're going to do and all the wonderful commercial development, I would like to propose making an alteration to that committee so that we have 2 regular members from the City Council, Councilmember Overton and Councilmember Purdock, to that committee. So at this point, I
believe that we have to, that was adopted by resolution, so we need to bring that back to council for consideration at the next meeting.
Wonderful. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Any discussions on the appointments or the committees that we've just discussed? Seeing none. Any public comment here in the chamber? Seeing none. Madam Clerk, any comments on Zoom?
There are no hands raised on the Zoom, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I'll bring it back to council.
I move that we approve the mayor's appointments for 2024 as read.
Second?
I have a motion from Councilmember Slutin, a second from Councilmember Purdock. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion passes unanimously. Moving on to item I, City Manager and Council Members Report. City Manager Flora.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, council member. Just a few items. Got an update today on Oak Valley Villas, the mixed income project near the senior center on Burns Valley Road. It's nearing completion. They have temporary certificate of occupancy. Just a reminder, there's 79 affordable units and one manager's unit there. They've approved 54, they call them files, but 54 of those units have been approved. They're expecting move-ins to happen January 20th. And there's various other applicants that are in the process. They're expecting 100% occupancy on January 21st of this year, so that's going quite well. We are trying to coordinate a ribbon cutting for that with the council, and HCD wants to come, and some various other folks. It's looking like it's probably going to end up being February, early March for that, so we'll keep you posted when we get that date dialed in. You'll recall that we applied for a Clean California grant. The first round of funding, we received funding last year, and then I guess 2 years ago now, and last year we applied again, primarily for beautification along Lakeshore Drive, and we were not successful, unfortunately. We did report that to the council previously, but I just wanted to give a quick update because we finally just this week had a call with Caltrans staff that oversee that program about our scoring. So there's three main categories. I didn't put them in front of me now, but the irony I wanted to share with the council is we only missed 2 points out of two of the okay, well, so let me back up. We scored 92 points out of 100. Almost all applications that had 94 points and higher were the ones that were funded. There was one exception, a smaller project that they had a very small amount of funds left over that scored less than 94 that they ended up funding. But what we did worst at in their scoring criteria was being a disadvantaged community. And, I expressed that this was quite shocking that one of the poorest communities in California would not score well as a disadvantaged community. And we've been seeing this trend for a while. There's a number of the grant applications through the state. They're using various sort of algorithms to standardize some of these criteria. It used to be that you would just submit data and there was a narrative associated with it and whatnot, but they actually have a map portal and you go put a point in where your project is and it has a radius. Hopefully this isn't going too deep into it, but I just think it's important for your awareness. So the first round of funding where we're successful, the project radius included a 1/4 mile around the project. They extended that for this round to be a 1/2 mile around the project. What that did was it included census tracts in Jago Bay and the other side of the lake, because our census tracts go out to the middle of the lake, the ones that are lakefront. And so, I expressed to them that we literally are being kicked out by communities that, have no direct access to the Lakeshore Drive project, or not part of the city. And they acknowledge that doesn't sound like a very good scoring criteria. And, if there is additional funding, they'll look at it again. But disappointing to be so close on such a critical project and literally have almost had a perfect application with the exception of that one criteria, when, clearly, we can prove that we're a disadvantaged community. So we are making some changes on TOT processing. We've been working on bringing that in-house for a little while now. It looks like we'll be set to take that back over beginning in February. And then I also wanted to remind the council that the Tourism Improvement District assessment, which was increased from 1.5% to 2.5%, went into effect July 1st. So all the lodging establishments or the folks that use the lodging establishments in the county will have to pay that increased amount. Been doing a lot of work on preparations for the airport project. CEQA analysis, which we expect to be an environmental impact report. So getting that all lined up. We're expecting to have various contracts for that work before the city council for approval at the next meeting. It's going to be a big project, but obviously important one that we've been working on for a long time. So excited about that being close, as expensive as it's going to be. But City Hall renovation is pretty much complete. There's still a few outstanding items, but we did move back in and for the most part have been operating successfully. So definitely pleased to be back. And if you haven't had a chance to walk around, make sure you do that after the meeting. Got notification today from the California Public Utilities Commission that our filing related to Golden State Water's rate proceeding and our request to be part of the proceeding was accepted by them. So City Attorney's Office prepared the paperwork for that and got it submitted successfully. And then the last thing is the Mayor and Council Member Academy through the League of Cities is coming up the end of January. So if that's something any of you are interested in attending, please talk to City Clerk Swanson and have her make arrangements for you. So with that, that's my report.
Thank you, City Manager. Councilmember Kramer.
It was a pretty slow last 2 or 3 weeks, so I don't have anything really to report. I would, though, like to take this opportunity to thank both former Mayor Purdock and former Vice Mayor Claffey for all the great work that you did this past year. I think you made some great progress, and I hope that as Mayor Claffey and Vice Mayor Overton, that the two of you will lead us in keeping that going in the coming year. So good luck with that.
It was good until that last comment. Councilmember Purdock.
How do I follow that? Well, I don't have anything really official in the capacity of city council member, but I do want to thank those members of our communities, particularly in South County, who decorated for Christmas, who made an effort to present their storefronts and participate in those especially that participated in the Christmas light decorations. Special shout out to the Clearlake Chamber of Commerce and Adventist Health Clearlake for the money that they put up for the prizes to those who won. I think it's really important, and it's great to see that grassroots effort coming forward. So thanks to all those who participated. And then lastly, a shout out to those at Lake Transit Authority for providing a bus for all the judges to go around and enjoy some Christmas caroling, a little off key, but it was still fun, and doing that judging. So again, great event. Wish everybody a happy new year, prosperous 2024, and as Councilmember Kramer pointed out, we have a lot of work to do in 2024, Mr. Mayor. So get the tool belt on.
Let's get it done. All right. Councilmember Slutin.
Not a whole lot to report on. I just want to get a shout out to people who put the city Christmas party together. That was a success, I thought. It was very nice at the Greenview Room. I also want to second and third to comment by Councilman Kramer on the past and future leadership of the city here, and whatever needs to be done, I'm ready to help with any way I can.
Vice Mayor Overton.
Well, pretty much, I think all our meetings were pretty much non-existent during the holiday things, but I do want to say thank you to the people. We did our Christmas dinner on Christmas Day, and I'd like to thank our city manager, Alan, and his family for coming down. This is the second time they have helped out. It's always nice to have them around, and I think our communities, is nice to see him in there just being normal and not doing city business. It's nice for them to see him like that and his family, so I really appreciate it. We had a lot of volunteers. I'd like to thank the Church of Nazarene. They always show up for these dinners, and they, no matter what day it is, they're one of those churches that are very, even if it's a Sunday, they show up. So I really appreciate their help. They're there first thing in the morning to get going, and and they stay and help clean up. So it's really awesome to do that they do that. I didn't really think we served as many people, but as I started counting up our plates and our to-go things and stuff, all in all, with the to-go, which we did way more than normal, we actually served more than what we did last year. We served almost 200 people. So I was very happy with that, because I think last year we served around 175, so it was a little over more than 200 people. Just a lot more to go than what we've ever had before. So that shows that people still aren't really getting out like, we would think they would, even though the pandemic and stuff is over. This flu season, I think, has gotten a lot of people, even some of our staff and stuff, down. So it's still out there, and we need to make sure that we recognize that that's going to probably be a problem continuing on for another month or two, I think, with this flu. We're going strong, and our kitchen's kind of coming along at our building there. Hopefully, another couple of months, but we're kind of anxious to get back in there. So, but our community is very thankful for all the people who helped put the holiday season on and give these people some place to go for the holidays. So, thanks for everybody's help.
Councilmember Slutin?
I have a do-over. I also want to shout out to the Rotary Club. As usual, they, I don't know how many meals they served this time around, but it's usually pretty close to 1,000. So that's another event that's yearly done, and it helps a lot of people in the community.
So can I add something?
Another do-over, huh?
So, yeah, because of the Rotary dinner, and you guys probably didn't serve as many as normally. It was probably more like 700 than the 1,000. But that food did not go to waste, because not only did it provide the 200 meals we served, but it also provided about 200 or 300 other meals for Meals on Wheels that continued on to different things besides just ham dinners, and stuff. So you can add probably about another 400 or 500 meals to what you guys served that you guys actually contributed, because what you guys did helped us put on our meals and not cost us like we used to pay. So the Rotary is a big implement on this one.
All right, thank you all. Again, for me, no meetings. I just echo everyone's comments. Looking forward to a great 2024 to continue the work of the city staff and Mayor Purdock. I'm looking forward to it. Moving on to future agenda items. Does anyone have any future agenda items?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Well, with that, we will now move to closed session. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Thank you for everyone on Zoom, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.